Okay, so I just wanted to come in with a quick update on my potatoes. So they're about 61 days old now. I just did these probably 2 or 3 days ago. I just found some sprouting, so I just planted them. And then here, they're starting to flower a little bit. And last year I didn't get any flowers on my potatoes, so that's different. But they are looking really good. Then I have some more that's flowering too, right there in that one. I came through and added some mulch probably a couple days ago to all of them, well, some of them, to heal them off a little bit more. And then these I planted on last Saturday, so they're a few days older than the ones I just planted the other day. And my watermelon has started to look good. And then the ones that's looking weak, I just put those in there. So some of them died off. I had some extra ones and I just threw them in there. But they're finally starting to look good. Our spring weather is kind of on and off. One day it's in the high 70s, and then the next day it's in like the high 60s. So I did this mint a couple days ago too. I think it probably died, but I transplanted it, but it was growing in my windowsill and they were dying off, so I decided to throw them outside, so they may or may not bounce back. I have some okra that I started, some peppers, and some corn. It looks like the birds are coming to eat up the seeds from what I've been noticing the last couple of days, so I can tell that this one sprouted, but I don't see how it's out of the soil like that. So I'll probably come back out here later and fix it. And then here I have beans that I started the other day, and I can see that they're starting to come out. I don't know if it's sprouting and it's just sprouting weird or what, but I'm gonna try to cover them back up a little bit. And then these seeds I've started, I think these are all cucumbers, probably last weekend. They haven't did anything yet, so. And here is some Swiss chard. And I don't know if y'all can see that one that's coming up, but it's slowly coming up. I planted like probably 2 in each in there. So yeah. I can show y'all what else I planted since the last video that I posted in February. So here are my tomatoes, and they are definitely trying to bloom where the flowers are on a lot of them. And in February when I posted the first video, I didn't have so many, so I have about 20 out here. And that's a jalapeno pepper. I got some mint in there, some thyme, some onions, but I'm probably gonna use the onions as tops, to cut the tops off. Another tomato plant, my blueberry bush that I planted in February, so it's looking pretty decent. Some peppers over there, another tomato plant. I planted these collards in there a couple of days ago. Squash or zucchini, eggplants, so different types of stuff that's in here. I think everything in this bed is pretty much waiting on the heat to kick up. I see a couple of the peppers trying to flower a little bit, so I don't remember last year them flowering this small, but I could be wrong. Some more tomato plants. As you can see, they are starting to really get going. That over there. And then I don't know if y'all can see this one. Let me go over some. But I have some tomatoes already started that's coming up. And these are some grape tomatoes. So it looks like it's gonna be a lot of them on there as you look at that. And I have more here. I think this is the yellow pear ones though. Yep. And I should have staked these, but I ran out of the cages that I had. So I put some sticks in them later. And then my sweet peas are finally trying to take off. So I have a couple blooms everywhere. They weren't sticking to what I had trellis in here. At first I had like some green stakes, but they weren't sticking. So I put this tomato cage in there, and ever since then it just started blooming. So they are really happy. Hopefully it covers up the tomato cage. And hopefully I get some before it gets too hot as well. I have some radish down there. I planted a broccoli plant right here. Some more sweet peas. And some collard greens that are they're taking a while to really take off. Compared to the ones I have on the side of the house. I just stuck a pepper plant right there. And I did stick some green onion tops with some green onion starters in there too. I don't know if y'all can see them poking out. So I'm just gonna leave them in there and see what happens. Then here I have some peppers that did start to bloom. All the ones that have tags are store-bought. But most of them I did from seed. So I got a pepper back there that's trying to grow. So more pepper plants, a tomato plant. This cucumber seed took forever to come up. So at first I had something else planted right here. I think I had a pepper or something planted, and then next thing you know, the cucumber seed finally came up, so I moved it. And then it happened to this one too. I planted something else, and then the cucumber seed came. So I just left it in there. So I don't know if it's gonna do good with two of them in this small mop bucket, but we'll see. And I have these that are kind of struggling, but they look a whole lot better than they did a couple weeks ago. Another pepper plant. And then what I'm most excited about are these tomato plants. I'm assuming they're cherry tomatoes. I didn't put a label in them. I started off with a label, and then when I transferred it into like the next size up in the pot, I forgot to put the label on. So I really don't know what these are, but I guess it don't matter. But they are really happy. And this is my first time growing in raised beds too. So I was excited to see some progress. And I have some more over here and some more blooms back there. So it's starting to really take off. And then these are a lot of peppers that I started from seed. I transplanted them in here. And at first, when I first put them out here, that they already had blooms starting to come on. So I picked them off because they was really small. But they came back. So I'm not going to really pick these off. I'm just going to see what happens. And I didn't label these either. So I guess we're going to see what they'll be in the future. So I hope the ones that look kind of yellow kind of bounce back when it heats up outside. Two more tomato plants that finally start putting off blooms. And these I grew from seed as well. And they were looking really dead at first, but once I put them in the ground, they really came back to life. So I'm really excited about that. Another broccoli plant, and I have some green beans here, some bush beans. So they're starting to bloom. And in this bed I just started probably last Saturday. It's looking really weak. And then I have dogs back here too that likes to jump in my bed, so I just added these on here for a border. There's another tomato plant right here. I'm starting some bush beans that hasn't came up yet. Hopefully they will. A tomato plant I need to pull back up. I put some sunflowers back there, but they're not doing too good. So just some random stuff, some more peppers, another pepper, more tomatoes, stuff like that. So I'm really excited. And then here, this was gonna be Swiss chard, but they didn't really come up. I don't know if the birds came and got the seeds or not, but I just put a pepper plant in there and see how it's gonna go. And then that's a Swiss chard, which is just one, so I may come out here and plant more seeds. And then this one is supposed to be Swiss chard too, so it's a baby one coming out, so I might just plant some more in there too. And these are some more radishes. So they're starting to get their true leaves. So yeah, this is all I got so far in the backyard. I do have like my cabbages and stuff growing on the side of the house. I'll show y'all there too real quick so y'all can see how it's going. I'm finally I think I'm gonna be successful this year with the cabbage compared to last year. So let's go take a look. Okay, here I just randomly planted some potatoes over here, and this is the side of the house, basically in the front yard. So they're looking really good. I threw some mulch on top just to kind of heal them off a little bit with some compost. So I honestly hope I planted these the same day as I planted the other ones I showed y'all, but I really can't remember, but I guess we'll see. I'll probably just pull them all up at the same time. And then here are collards that I planted the same time I planted those other ones I just showed y'all, and you can tell how much more happier they are over here. I did harvest some leaves off of them, and then next thing you know, like 2 days later, they were just huge. So I'm just let them keep growing, and I may just come back and get the dead leaves off the bottom or the browning leaves or whatever, and just keep letting it grow. Then I'll harvest it all at one time, just the whole head. And then here I have some garlic that I did back in February as well, so they're looking really good. This is my first time growing garlic too, so I'm excited. And then here I have some Swiss char, not the colored ones but the green ones, but you can tell they get eat up, and they don't get really much sunlight because these big leaves are blocking them. So I haven't harvested them or anything. I just leave them alone. So to leave them, it's kind of like a distraction, so the birds or whoever's eating that can eat that instead of trying to eat my greens. And then this, I think, is a broccoli plant. I honestly cannot remember. Then I planted like 6 seeds of green beans right here, but that's the only one that came up, so I'll probably plant some more right there. But yes, here are the cabbages. So it took them a while to like basically get started, but they are really going, and I am really excited because last year I wasn't successful with them. So it looks like from the look of it, I'll get some cabbage this year, so we'll see. And I just randomly threw these 2 tomato plants right here because these are the ones I started from seed, and they was kind of dying off, so I just threw them in here. And I have some corn on the side, which is doing really good too, which I'm surprised about because I didn't know it got that much sun on this side of the house. And then I have some more potatoes. But yep, just a quick update just to show y'all how things are going and what I added since February, since that's the last time I posted a video. I'll keep y'all updated.